What's up, everyone? Kaiju no Kami here with
Kralika Kane
and
Silver Quill.
And we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Revice, episodes 29, 30, and 31, which may be the most non-enthralling episodes of the entire show thus far.
I kind of disagree. I actually really enjoyed the episode.
So, we've got a clip show.
What a funny clip show.
Okay, the best part of the clip show was George's video. So basically, just for, in case you skipped the clip show. What?
Give me 1 second though, on that note. So, when we started the episode and they started talking about Hiromi, I'm like, I don't remember the last episode ending with them finding Hiromi. Did we miss something? And then I was like, oh wait, this must be going off of the Hiromi movie thingamajig.
Thingamajig? Wow.
Yeah, which I hate when they do those things in the series. Let the series be the series and the movies not like where you feel like you're completely lost because you didn't see these movies or whatever.
Well, admittedly, this show is only airing in Japan, so we're kind of outsiders.
Yeah,
in
but
this.
they're also under the assumption that every single kid in Japan has gone to see this Hiromi movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, maybe they have. Do we have the numbers? Did we check the lines? Have they all arranged in single file to march in and view the thing? Ding,
But anyway.
Well, here's a question. If you were in Japan, would you have seen this movie?
I would go.
Yeah, I'd go. It'd be a lark.
A lark.
Of course, at first I want to be in the Akabahara district and have run myself ragged, collecting all manner of Gundam kits and plastic figures and just going insane. I tell you, if I ever actually get to Japan, I think I might destroy a section just by shopping.
If we ever go to Japan, I'm hunting down that CSM blade belt and stuff.
If I ever go to Japan, I just want to see all the pretty men.
And all the Blu-rays. But anyway, okay, so...
What?
I was waiting to see you.
Wait, pretty men, but why Blu-rays?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at Kaiju.
No, I know, but he's staring at me.
All I'm getting is the back of his head, which, by the way, is very off-center.
That's the point.
That's the point.
Just saying, the guy looks like a drunk cousin It.
But, okay.
Moving on.
So go back to what you're saying about, okay...
the pretty men?
No!
Oh, the pretty,
On the
pretty
clip
man.
show episode.
Well, there's pretty women, too. I'd like to see them as well.
Oh my god, just get to the freaking episode.
Okay. So basically, it kind of reminded me of that one episode of Toku.
That one episode.
Of Toku where they tried to do like this whole movie thing. You remember that episode?
Oh yes, when Yellow pretended to be the director. Yes. That was a good episode.
Okay. I know you haven't seen it, so I wanted to at least set the stage for this dork.
So, set the stage is what? Which is what I was saying before I knew the stage. What? So now, at the midpoint, I'll be going, what?
But basically, I liked how everybody got involved trying to make this movie to make Hiromi remember that. So we first start with Iki, who he was asked to make something. He is completely useless. But Vice created this oh my god movie. It was it had pictures everywhere, text everywhere. I am that's what a 13-year-old would do.
A 13-year-old who understands keyframes.
Well, yes.
Which is a deadly combination.
I was okay.
Oh yeah, he had all these little...
I was a little too okay, this is a little bit too much. My OCD is kicking in. I can't handle this.
Sensory overload. We're about to go scanners in here.
And then the second video.
No. Then they
then Iki
accidentally
does. Okay, I'm gonna interrupt this regularly scheduled episode to talk about an adventure I had in 2014 that was called The Great Hard Drive Deletion. So we had a terabyte hard drive.
Which seems so small today.
That I deleted accidentally all of his Toku data. And it was full. It was a 1 terabyte hard drive that was full of all
every
the
Toku show out at that time.
In 2014.
Of Sentai and Kamen Rider and Garo.
So, the reason why I interrupt this regularly scheduled program is to basically say, I feel your pain, Iki.
At least it was before I started the channel and didn't have my reviews on there. Which I need to find a better way to...
But I did like the fact that they did like those signs that they put on dogs.
Penance.
The pennant signs.
Saying I accidentally deleted the footage.
And then Vice does something that
He accidentally...
I could see myself doing as well. Accidentally releasing confidential data. This is why...
Publicly on YouTube.
ByTube.
Well, I was going to say their version of YouTube.
But this is why I will say, for the company I work for, that shall not be named because I want to keep it separate, this is why I will never have a security clearance. Because I will inadvertently release something, and I don't have the plans to the Death Star.
Which is what someone who has the plans to the Death Star would say.
I don't have a security clearance.
Do you at least have access to Arnim Zola?
No! Because I don't get any of the cool stuff. I hire people. They get the clearances. I'm not allowed to have the clearances because I don't even trust me with a clearance. Because I can guarantee you, if I ever got the plans to the Death Star, everyone would know.
Everyone would have the plans to the Death Star.
Everyone!
Who has the plans to the Death Star? Everyone!
But then there'd be that one person that, hey, this one exhaust port looks like it goes directly to the main reactor. Is that intentional? And that's how the Rebel Alliance was thwarted by social media.
So, then Vice gets a pennant sign.
Saying, I accidentally uploaded the confidential information or whatever it was.
And I'm just going to skip around for a second because also Takumi gets a pennant sign for coming in, or is it Takumi? Yes.
Yep. Coming in crying
about Aguilera. So he gets a pennant sign saying, I will stop crying about Aguilera.
Enough about Aguilera already.
But my favorite video, now that I'll get to the damn point,
was George's.
Is George. Because it was like, if you've ever seen Billy Blanks' commercials about exercise videos where you have Blanks and then 2 women doing all of these exercises.
Wait, I was thinking of that Simmons dude.
Gene Simmons?
Russell Simmons.
Whatever the Simmons guy is that does the workout videos.
With the red hair?
Is he red hair? I thought it was brown hair.
No, it's brown hair.
Carrot Top's red
We've
hair.
started the great debate.
Alright, anyway. But yeah.
But I loved it because he's basically doing all the exercise moves, which I actually now want to do because it looked like it was exercise, of doing the henshins, of doing the attacks, everything.
And then the Kamen Rider kick.
Which they got on the floor and did like a bicycle kick. I'm like, this looks like real exercise. And he kept on going back and forth with the exercise to the scenes, back to the... I'm like...
But then, okay, so our episode...
That was awesome.
So our episode ends with...
a quick fight.
Sakura, yeah, a quick fight that was completely irrelevant. Sakura saying she's going to join the weekend.
Which the weekend's cute, so I can understand why she joined him.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
I can't feel my face half the time.
Then to
that's a song by the weekend.
Oh god,
Daiji was going back to Phoenix.
Daiji was going back to Phoenix, and George was there looking at the photo, and Iki disappeared.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And then we cut to Gloves Man, who's totally a villain, as I called it weeks ago.
I think everybody unanimously called him.
You said to me, just because he has gloves does not mean he's a villain. I told you he's going to be a villain. You're like, you shouldn't just assume that. And voila, I was R-I-G-H-T.
I was waiting to see if you'd spell the word wrong.
I should have said W-R-I-T-E.
I am so smart. But honestly, when you said I was R, what? Wait, what?
I know, I was a little
Which
confused.
tense are we in right now?
I know, I was a little confused for a second there.
But okay, one thing Gloves Guy said that confuses me greatly. Not only because it speaks to motivation, but it also is not grammatically correct. The next stage of human evolution is regression.
Well, we do seem to be getting dumber every day.
Regression is you go backwards, so it's not the next stage, it's the last stage.
What do you mean?
It's a previous stage.
He's following the Trump tactics.
That's not regression, that's just going off a cliff.
We regressed. We went from modern age to the 1950s. But anyway,
No, he has a point.
Well, apparently this guy believes that Gib-sama will advance humanity to a new level, but apparently by going to more primordial.
Well, so it kind of makes me think of that old analogy, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. So you're never ahead. But I agree with you because I was a little confused by that because I'm like, are we trying to go back to like the primordial stage where people were just like tools and that was it? Where they had no true free will?
Or maybe this says, maybe instead of clubbing someone with a bone, maybe you should have given them a gift basket first. That's where it all went wrong.
so
Damn opposable
episode
thumbs.
30 kicks off with a reunion with Iki and his high school peeps.
But let's first off, can we rebrand this two-parter? Welcome to Kamen Rider Wizard version 2.0, as this is the exact same bloody plot they used in Kamen Rider Wizard.
Yes.
Right down to the conflict. The only thing that's missing is the hyper-aggressive protective girlfriend agent.
But why? What is the obsession with them trying to make soccer seem amazing by putting it into a Kamen Rider series?
Okay, one, to the rest of the world outside of America, let's just preface that. To every other country,
It's football.
football or soccer is like stupendous to everyone else.
Well, yeah, clearly it's the bee's knees, since whenever you turn on a soccer game, you just hear bees buzzing.
But I was wondering where you're going with bees knees. I was like, you don't do 50s.
Plus, that's the air horns, everyone cheering.
It sounds like bees buzzing to me.
But soccer is because you have the FIFA World Cup. You have.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've never gotten
I guess
soccer.
people just like kicking their balls around.
Well, we throw balls in America quite often.
And
So
we hold them tight. Cradle them close to our chest.
Yeah, I guess the baseball game we went to the other night, for a while, nobody wanted to actually hit their balls.
Now, I'm always reminded of the Simpsons announcers. Kent Brockman versus an actual soccer announcer. Halfback, passes to center. Center holds it. And halfback, passes to center. Center holds it. So yeah, it really depends on the energy you put into the sport versus...
well, and truthfully, I honestly can say I never really heard about soccer until I was much older. Because we didn't really play soccer in school. We played dodgeball, we played kickball.
That's because they tried to have us play good stuff. Except for basketball.
Man,
I hated basketball.
I played soccer.
Well,
I got some goals. I was
never
happy.
played soccer.
Anyway, so yes.
Did you play lacrosse ever?
No, my brother did.
Apparently, Iki wanted to be a soccer player at one point, accidentally injured his friend, so
Who
then
also wanted to be a soccer
he
player.
quit playing soccer, and yeah, it really was just like Wizard's plot.
But the one thing I thought was kind of funny is the one thing I actually enjoyed about the episode was that we had the actual voice actor for Vice, Subaru, I won't butcher his last name. I'll just go by Subaru. He actually played himself.
And geeked out over himself.
Yeah, he.
Oh my god, yeah, when we have Vice going like, oh my god, his voice acting is so good. I want his autograph. Can I be like him?
Somebody notice me.
I enjoyed it because, for me, I always enjoy, even in America, anytime we have a movie or a television show, kind of break that fourth wall in a way where you have one of the actors playing themselves. Like, think of Birdman.
Birdman. I could do one better, Red Dwarf.
Oh, yeah. I've not seen the show, but I've heard a lot about
He
it.
showed us some episodes.
Yes, I meant I haven't seen the show start to finish.
And so we find our next marathon.
No.
Yes.
Anyway,
this time I'm in control.
But the reason why I like that breaking of the fourth wall, because I even think of like Deadpool, where he has pictures of Hugh Jackman and riffs on himself, Ryan Reynolds. I like it because it makes me feel like a little bit more connected to the actor or actress, because in a way they're in on that joke.
So when are we going to get a Ryan Reynolds multiverse movie where it's Deadpool teams up with Green Lantern and Hannibal from Blade Trinity?
Okay, nevertheless, moving on. I enjoy the in-joke, and you actually see him doing some lines, acting as a voice actor. You have an interview of Vice and Revy.
I was going to get that. I like when the guy asks, what did you think of your costume being pink? Well, we really weren't thinking about that at the time.
I would call it more salmon myself, but yeah, then Vice is just, we was all pink, 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 pink.
Well, I liked how also you got to see, in a way, a little bit of a new side of Iki, because he is, like has been said in this episode multiple times and in the past, he's an egotist. So he's the biggest busybody in Japan. And he's also, so he has that gregarious extroversion, or presumed extroversion, but when you get him where he actually legitimately has to talk about himself, he has this element of social anxiety. And nobody picked on it. And people just...
So...
Because you have that duality between Vice being overly gregarious.
The thing is, it was obvious that Subaru was the one who sent the monster out. That was kind of disappointing. Like, oh, yeah, I called it right from the get-go.
Oh, I felt it was going to be that, too.
Well, I was mostly just confused, because at the end of part one, Subaru comes in, he's like, oh, the gang's all here. He's got this reverb, like a demon. Next episode, everyone's just treating it pretty chill.
I know. Okay, that I was a little confused.
I think that was just for the cliffhanger aspect.
Well, that's just silly.
But, I did like the concept of the monster putting everyone into a dream state. I just wish it had been done more...
It was a communal unconscious, though?
Effectively.
I mean, like, I wasn't sure if Iki was reconciling with his real-life friend or a projection of his real-life friend.
I was a little confused by that, too.
It was because when Daiji goes to the dude's apartment, he's passed out unconscious as well. So, yeah, they were in the same... Dream world. But I liked when...
We're the dream
I liked when Janu got...
Don't want to dream no more.
I like when Janu got infected with the scent, and she's just running into the walls.
Love.
Well, her and when she starts like running in the wall, it's like your game controller just like you put your game controller down, not realizing that you put it down so it can still move, and it's just like.
Okay. Oh yes, that reminds me. We learned something very important in this two-parter. Demons puke sprinkles.
Okay. Yes, I actually wanted to talk to you about this, because what do unicorns puke?
Glitter.
So does that mean they're like demons? Because sprinkles and glitter are very similar.
They're not the same thing. This is totally different.
I have to say the evidence proves otherwise.
Look, the real proof is in the pudding of the poopage. What do demons poop versus unicorns? Unicorns do soft serve, as we learned.
I was waiting to go on that aspect.
We've established this from the Squatty Potty. But yes, unicorns poop soft serve ice cream. Demons, I'm guessing dark chocolate.
But they both puke glitter.
And it's not
sparkles.
And it wasn't just Vice, it was also Lover Lover, who had some sort of glitter going. I don't know if there was tears or puke.
I think it was a combination of the two.
But then we have the best part of the episode was at the end when Iki is like, okay, why am I disappearing from these pictures? And Vice is like, well, it's because of your deal with me.
Which, we want to get into the specifics of this deal. Vice has hinted that there were times in life where he felt so bad for Iki, he perhaps modified the contract to make things easier.
Well, it also makes you think of, it kind of gives you like that existential question of, do you have the right to forget? Shouldn't you no matter good or bad? Because I think we've all had experiences that may have been so traumatizing, or what we perceived as traumatizing. Because every individual has their own perception. And it could be whatever. It could be, but we all wish to forget, but we don't think about the consequences of our forcing us to forget about this.
What I was going to say is I actually like that aspect, though, because it means there's consequences to him being a Kamen Rider.
Well, I'm thinking of two older media right now. The Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey.
That's what I was thinking of.
But then, oddly enough, today I was thinking back to Neverending Story 2, where the main character has this amulet that will grant him any wish, but there is a machine that steals a memory with every wish.
If it's a never-ending story, how is there a second one?
Well, because it's never ending.
Yes!
But then the first one should have never ended for there to be a second one.
Technically, the first one led into the second one, so, except for some recastings and things like that.
Yes. So...
Because there's Never-Ending Story 3, too.
So it's false advertising if it actually ends, even though it says...
Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
Why has there not yet been a Neverending Story 4, given our reboot and sequel obsession right now? Of anything, that would be the easiest one. I get it, because they can't adapt the book to a Kindle version. Nobody does physical books anymore. It's all iPads.
It's based on a book?
Yes!
Then I'm surprised they haven't remade it.
That's what he just said!
No, he said fourth. I'm thinking remake, full-on remake. Make it accurate to the book. I don't know how accurate the original is to the book, but...
I don't know if anybody could play Atreyu like they did
Who's
in the
Atreyu?
original. One of the characters in Neverending Story.
Okay. I think that... Isn't that the...
But he hasn't finished his thought because he got off on a side tangent.
Well, I was just thinking about that power at a price, and memory is often... Memory, ironically, is one of the most common mystical currencies.
Well, here's another one, more on the comedic side, is, have you ever heard the movie, or seen the movie 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler?
I've seen parts of it.
So, I'm not a huge rom-com fan, but I actually enjoyed the movie, but that kind of makes me think of something like this as well. If you have a reset...
I'm also thinking of Reservoir Chronicles Tsubasa. The Clamp.
Oh, yes, the Clamp, where they merge all of the Clamp series together in one universe.
Except Ray Earth got screwed. But,
oh, yes.
But the currency was that to restore Sakura's memory, Sharon had to give up her memories of him. Mm-hmm. Memory is a deeply personal thing, so of course someone... who at least represents a much crueler universe, is looking to take it.
Well, and I think that's the sad part, and this is why I actually enjoyed the episodes. I didn't think about the wizard recycling of a plot, but it seems like the two of you did. I looked at it in a way of kind of, because it had so many plot elements with it. And I enjoyed the fact that we got sprinkles of having more talk about the descendants, having Vale there, and him talking with a kaiju.
Whatever that. Okay, that's what I was going to get into next. I was totally expecting the scientist lady to die there for seeing him and Vale talking to each other.
Actually, he wasn't doing a very good job. Close the door, you numbnut.
But I kind of like how they're integrating more. I know this is technically the second act.
Second act.
Which I
Okay,
think
we're
I
not
agree
gonna
with
get
you.
into that.
That feels like the fifth act. But we get to see Gifu's actual form.
Which is pretty cool.
We got to see more.
I really, when he was going, Gifu, I plan to help. Let me do all the work, and I'm like waiting for Gifu to say, "Well, we've got 15 episodes before I'm scheduled to wake up, so make sure it's within 15 episodes."
Thank you for your benevolence.
Oh, Akaishi. That's his
Akaishi.
name. Akaishi.
And then we
Poor
had
guy.
Aguilera burning her red dress.
Okay. I was kind of a little triggered, being that we live in Colorado.
You know, Ultraman Triggered was way back.
And every time I see fire, I'm like, oh god. But I actually, so on the feminine standpoint,
Oh god.
there was a period in the 60s and 70s where women actually burned clothes, primarily bras, as a way of executing their demonstration of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Because, in truth, I still believe, and I think many other women do, a bra was designed by a man. Because common sense would not put wires in a bra. But nevertheless, I felt like when watching her burn the dress, it reminded me of that, of her breaking free of her chains.
Mm-hmm.
Of love.
Wow. Good job, Silver Quill. Good job. He pulled a you, sorry.
So am I supposed to pull him now?
Sure.
Or do I pull a you?
E.
Oh, we forgot to mention the pun of the episode. Saya, saya me. Say you, saya me.
There we go. Although, what I find interesting is the Aguilera was the first time she interacted with Sakura Stalker.
Oh my god.
And she mentioned, so I guess we're both stalkers. I'm like,
At least they're honest. They're on brand.
That was the best line. Oh, so we're both stalking her. Like, oh my god.
Now, meanwhile, the guy's got a gun that has like a gold painted barrel.
which I was like, at least you could tell it's a prop, but still, who paints a barrel gold?
Well, I was thinking more of, do you really think that if that gun would even stop her? She can't just transform into a monster, you know.
But, well, depends on where you hit her before she transforms, I guess.
But
Although, I don't know, she may have given up on the whole vice stamp thing. But now, we also had a fashion critique. This is how I can pull a Cruelka. Oh, I so loved her weekend attire. It was just fabulous.
I actually really liked Sakura's weekend attire, especially the way the scarf had like that charm that helped connect it.
She said she was going to go with the weekend, I was like, I hope she does. I hope she's like, no, I'm not going to wear your ugly ass 20 sizes too large uniforms. But
Okay.
no, she's wearing the frickin' 20 size too large
So
uniforms.
the dress that she was wearing, it was like a dress-like jacket. It's actually something that's like a mod style, where it's supposed to be a little bit bigger because it flows. So I actually like mod style clothing. And if you don't know what mod is, M-O-D, look it up. It's actually huge in Britain. But anyways, I like the outfit because I thought it was creative.
The first time
No. God.
So anyway, she was really like the baggy clothing. And that was a point of contention between us because Marcus and I thought it looked like a raincoat, tarpa or some sort. And you know, you're not exactly inconspicuous wearing this thing.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was classy.
I mean, the family was conspicuous enough on their own beforehand.
Inconspicuous enough.
No, they were conspicuous. They were conspicuous just by how freaky deaky they acted.
But, okay, so
And meanwhile, you're giving me the finger, and I got you this nice jacket.
we have...
Oh, I know! He got me a faux fur jacket.
So we had a really...
So awesome.
We had
And
a
she's
really...
flipping me off now.
We had a really kick-ass battle in that scene, especially with all the camera work. We've got the camera swirling around the fight. We've got the camera going above the fight. We've got the monster attacking as we have Live is flying around and Iki is attacking on ground.
We had a vor scene for those enthusiasts.
Oh, I also like the one scene from where the camera was from Vice's viewpoint. When they were fighting and he was first with the cloud and he's wiping the cloud away.
Yeah.
Now, something I also liked is that when they were talking about the monster in the bathhouse, because Takumi actually talked about how plants-based,
The largest plant in the world.
the
Rafflesia.
largest flower, which is called the corpse flower. It's awesome. I love the corpse flower, but I actually thought it was very interesting because he brings in this, like, from his dead man time, talking about how it's a rarity because they're uncontrollable and they have powers that really they don't know about. Which you see here because with the corpse flower, it only blooms, it blooms very infrequently. So it's not a very common...
In a dead body.
No, actually it's not in
Really?
a dead body. So the reason it's called a corpse flower is because when it blooms, it has such a pungent scent. It actually smells like a dead body. It's they actually at the Botanical Gardens back in 2015 they had a viewing, because since it does bloom so infrequently, they had a viewing, non-stop viewing of the flower, because even before it blooms, you can smell how...
Because you can't, you won't, you don't stop.
But it actually had a camera that was set on it daily to see the different changes, and then you could see it fully bloom. And I watched it because I hated my job at the time, so I must watch it. So I actually watched it bloom, and it was so cool. But in a responsible adult moment, don't just avoid your work to watch a flower bloom. That is a very terrible thing to do.
Yeah, I'm worried your bosses are going to be watching this video saying, well, we can't trust her with security.
This was
We can't trust her.
15!
We got to deny her flower privileges.
Dang it. I was trying to see, okay, if the
Don't be a pansy about it.
if the two voice actors that were in this episode were actual voice actors.
I think so, with the way they, like... Oh, I think a bunch of them were actually voice actors with the way they treated them.
But now the Subaru fellow is going to jail because he signed up with, well, not the dead man's, but he was using one of those stamps. So...
Well, and the fact of... I liked how he got it. So, basically, Vale comes to Akaishi. And Akaishi's like, oh, we have another... I think he says something like, there are still demons interested out here.
Mm-hmm.
A Rafflesia is not a corpse flower.
I thought it was.
No, it's a parasitic flowering plant.
Ooh, even better.
Damn it.
We're watching Kamen Rider The Last of Us.
Oh my god, that would be creepy.
It has one of the largest flowers in the world.
But that's what the corpse flower is too.
No, it's not a corpse flower.
Oh, Cruella,
Okay.
quit beating a dead flower.
Because I was like, because they've been in Castlevania, they're not corpse flowers.
What? Oh, well, if it meant Castlevania.
No, that's where I'm familiar with the type of flower.
Okay, so I was completely wrong, but corpse flowers were beyond.
That's why I'm like, I don't think it's a corpse flower. But whatever. 28 species.
And meanwhile, Icky, when he's upset, he's really crap shot at soccer. I mean, there's no goalie. He's got a complete lineup, and he's just going over and over and over. I mean, there's.
I can honestly say, even if I wasn't upset.
Oh my god, I would probably do the whole Simpsons thing of him kicking, and he kicks the ball, and he kicks the ball.
Well, what were you going to say? Sorry.
I was expecting to see a groundskeeper come by and said, "Hey kid, you suck."
Well...
And he kicks the ball. He kicks the ball! He kicks the ball!
You know, it's funny. I can't help but think I made this joke
that's
half an hour ago.
I'm saying is that I would totally do a joke with that scene if I act like I'm changing the channel to get a different perspective.
I do appreciate kind of the, like, adult conversations they had here in the moment. Talking about two friends, one having his choice taken away from him by just a tragic accident, and then the other friend picking up this burden and it crushing him to the point where he just hates it entirely.
Hates himself.
Mm-hmm.
And even Vice is admitting it was really hard to see this happen. Sort of Icky's silent observer.
Well, I feel bad for Iki because I thought this was a great, like, character development opportunity, and it was sad because it was so raw. Like, he's reliving these memories that he forgot, and once he remembers him, it almost has to be like a gut punch again to experience this and have it raw, like opening a wound all over again.
So, I'm just trying to think if there's anything more after.
I don't think there's much more we have right now, except for that we learned the Dead Mans were nothing but filler.
Well, they were but a ploy to give rise to Kamen Rider, who would in turn empower Gifu. So it's sort of a Xanatos gambit. Either way, I win.
Oh my god! But you're not saying it in the right voice.
Well, I can't do a Jonathan Frakes. He's not quite a Morgan Freeman, but he's
Speaking of which, the guy who did Puck is going to be at Denver Comic Con this year.
Brent Spiner.
Oh no, not Puck.
I was gonna say I thought Puck was Data from.
Yes.
Never mind.
Michael Dorn, Coldstone.
Nope. The guy from Breaking Bad. Maybe isn't he from Gargoyles? The dude who's in My Little Pony.
Oh, do you mean the villain?
John Delancey.
Oh yeah, John Delancey.
Wasn't he in Gargoyles?
No.
He was in Star Trek.
Star Trekking across the
I thought he was.
Everybody's been in Star Trek.
I thought he was in Gargoyles.
Okay, just because they were in Star Trek Next Generation does not guarantee they were in Gargoyles. Okay, I hate to break it to you.
Well, no, I mixed him up with the guy who played Puck.
Because yes, a large majority of the cast from TNG.
Then I don't care about him anymore. Okay.
John Delancey is awesome.
Yes, he's in the current Star Trek Picard.
I don't care.
Who is he? Is? I was about to ask who he played, but
he is.
Okay. Anyway,
I know. I lost my TNG credit for a second there.
We didn't get any new forms, surprisingly.
I'm still not a fan of this lightning form.
Yeah.
Thundergal. All I think of every time I hear the word Thundergal is Persona.
It's weird. I think of Lion-O. Thunder! Thundergale! Ho!
And Chitara comes running.
Dude, I would be all for that.
What? Why are you hitting me?
Because I can't hit him.
That is abuse. Just because a person says I hit them, not punch them, doesn't mean it's not abuse.
I never said that!
Anyway, I don't think there's really much else left to talk about for these episodes.
Except my bitterness that we didn't get more of that wings to fly when Holy Life transformed.
Oh, we're probably never going to get that again.
Oh, but that sounds cool.
That was awesome! I actually want to hear a metal mix of that.
I mean, honestly, the Kamen Rider woes and Holy Live. They have the looping music that just sounds really cool. You could listen to it for like 10 minutes.
There you go. You have a remake of Holy Diver, but Holy Live!
Oh no. Wings to fly, diver. Wings to fly, diver.
Okay, it doesn't work like that if you put diver. It's just like all of the fortune cookies when you read the fortune. Not all of them work when you put in bed at the end.
I have yet to find one that doesn't.
I've read a few that I'm like, that sounds creepy.
But it works.
No, it doesn't. Anyway, that's all we've got for Kamen Rider Revice episodes 29, 30, and 31. What did you guys think of the episodes?
Or what did you girls think of the episode?
Guys is universal for everyone.
Oh no, I do not have the energy for this debate. I do not have the energy at all.
You can check us out at Kaiju no Kami, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord. Website is creativitybydesignllc.com. Patreon is also Kaiju no Kami. And you can get Kaiju no Kami merchandise
I feel a little whiplash.
And also
creativitybydesignllc/
Well, no.
shop.
creativitybydesignllc.com. No, you didn't. You didn't say the .com.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. Rewind this then.
I can't rewind it, otherwise I have to stop recording.
Once you're done, rewind,
No.
go back,
That's
and
too
you
much
will
work.
see you did not say .com.
Whatever, I'll take your word for it.
Really?
And we've got...
MLP Silver Quill. You can find me on DeviantArt, YouTube, Twitter. Doing a search for MLP Silver Quill, I shall appear. Or After the Fact Pony, because apparently there's a After the Fact news program. I don't know if I can compete with that. But you can find me there, and I will get to see people at conventions because the circuits are starting once again.
And he has really cool merch too.
I do.
Yeah, I have awesome merch.
But you don't have sound buttons.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has sound buttons. He can make random things, even about Kamen Rider. What would be your favorite quote for Kamen Rider that you'd put on a sound button?
Ooh, I would just do Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider, Kamen
Okay.
Rider.
Actually, it would probably be the mad scientist from Gaim. Hey, it's a guilty pleasure.
Okay, that would be awesome.
Actually, no, mine would be heaven or hell, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's just you trying to be an edgelord. Oh yes, that was the one other thing from the clip show, describing Daiji's up demon as an edgelord.
Oh, yes! Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I just remembered. That was a pretty good apt description by Vice. He was total edgelord. Anyway, we're all edgelords here apparently, except for me. I'm the humor lord.
You're an edgelord.
No, I don't act all depressed enough.
But he's sad anytime mommy and daddy argue.
Yes.
Now I'm just thinking.
Of course, no. We've been over this. Your mommy and estranged son.
I'm just thinking.
Okay, that's a little creepy. I sleep next to him.
On that note, never mind what I was going to say.
Incestuous.
Bye.
Oh, no!